Once upon a time, many years ago, there lived a little boy named Liz Boz who one day caught a glimpse of the machine in his house which was responsible for cleaning his dirty apparel. And I won't get into all the details about that, but long story short, he became fascinated by the sounds that that machine made on a regular basis. And one day he stumbled upon this video sharing platform known as YouTube, which you are watching this video on right now. And there were other people posting videos of their machine, and this was before he had even figured out how to disable the safety switch to get it to run with the lid open. And one day he stumbled across a set of videos made by a person who some of you might know on here. And in those videos, this person had a certain Whirlpool direct drive machine from 1990. And at first, he recorded those videos in 2007. But he didn't upload those videos until 2009 because that was when the file size compression of YouTube had increased by that point, but there was still a 10-minute limit on per video. So he had to split it up into 5 parts. And Liz had found those videos one day, was watching them, listening to the sounds it was making, and he noticed something about the machine, which was that oddly enough, it sounded just like the one he had at home. And he realized then and there that, hey, this isn't... my machine's not the only one that makes the sounds it does. There are actually others out there that sound just like this one, even though they look different, or might be a different era. Well, he found those videos and had become so infatuated by the sounds of that particular machine and the way it was, just the space it was in, the sounds it made, the way it was recorded, and the way the person's voice narrating it sounded at that time. And so one day he found out that this person had made new videos of the machine showing the delicate cycle of it, and Liz, of course, go figured, was overjoyed to see that. And then it wasn't until he posted videos of his brother's machine, which was a 2010 Whirlpool direct drive, exactly 20 years newer than the one he had at home. It was then and there that Liz subscribed to his channel and has posted more videos of that machine ever since. That person is now known today, and you might know him, as Sharkie626. So, but one day, Sharkie626 had made a video around a good 8 years from the time of recording this video. He made a video announcing that he was going to be moving. Well, fine and good. But later in the video, he had announced one of the things that he was going to not be doing, and which was very unfortunate to have to hear that, but such thing is he was going to be leaving the 1990 washer behind for the new owners. And so he made a few more finalizing videos on it later that same year, and then when the final video came for that machine, that was the last we ever heard of that machine. We don't know if it's even still there, if the new owners replaced it with a fangled spaceship one or not. Hopefully it is. But in the meantime, Liz had been on the hunt for many years for that machine, or one just like it. And, well, as the video would speak for itself, clearly he found one. So this one, it's all the same controls, all the same settings, but it is branded a little bit differently under a slightly higher nomenclature. This one is an Imperial series Whirlpool, even though it is the same clean touch. It's a 3-speed, has all your standard settings, the 5 temperatures, all the cycles, just the same as the original, right? So, and of course, in all its glory, there is the inside. And I do have it indeed loaded with a full load. This is just going to be a load of my everyday clothes. Nothing special, nothing too fancy. And I have it set on the highest water level on warm, even though I'm not going to get any hot water, but I have both valves hooked up at the hoses. And then I have it set, you can probably see I have it set to about, yeah, I have it set to about there, which is about a 12-minute wash. So, without further ado, I know this intro kind of got long-winded. Here is what I'm going to be calling the 1990 Whirlpool washing machine 2.0. Hope you enjoy. There probably will be air in the lines here. But at the same time, I also gotta turn the power on here, so give me a sec. A little bit of air, not too bad. While it's filling, I'll go ahead and kind of briefly walk through the sort of history of repairs I've had to do to this one. First of all, Sharkie626 actually already knows about this machine because I emailed him about it. Originally, this didn't come with a Whirlpool cabinet. At first, it actually came with a Kenmore cabinet on it that was, long story short, basically slapdashed onto there, which tells me that the machine came from a refurb shop or something like that. I paid about $100 for this machine because I saw it and thought, hey, yeah, I want that. But got it home, found that it was an unoriginal cabinet, screwed in the back, which you're not supposed to do, of course, but they did that because they couldn't figure out how to get the original, or get the replacement cabinet put on correctly. And then they brought, on top of that, they also busted the control panel end caps where they screw in. So I actually had to replace those with the end caps off of that 1989 Whirlpool direct drive, which I've made the video on already showing the parts for it. I had to steal those off of that machine and use those on this one. Basically, that 89 machine is going to just be considered a parts donor machine and nothing more. So then I've also had to replace the drain pump because that started leaking. But that drain pump, the original pump, was actually not the same as what Sharkie's machine would have had. That actually had the X marking on it rather than the circle marking like the pump from Sharkie626's machine would have had. Soap in here real quick. So I bought a new old stock pump off of eBay that I'm now using in this one, which actually dates to about November of '89. And then new fabric softener dispenser because the old one had loosened up, so you'd hear it clacking when it agitates. And then this bleach dispenser I had to pull from another machine. But otherwise, that's about it for the repairs. And it otherwise just runs like a top. Oh, and the transmission is also not original either. That was from the refurbished shop that this came from, that I suspect it came from. And yeah, I don't even really have to talk that loud for you to hear me. That's how quiet this one is. So nice. And yeah, indeed the tub does lean on this one. There isn't too much I can do about that. When it gets to the lower speed portion of the wash here, I can just recenter it and hopefully it won't move back out of place. But otherwise, that's going to do it for this sort of introduction and history of this machine. So with that, please enjoy. And yes, there is no lid switches bypassed on this one for the moment. Yep, that's level. It's probably just a stretch spring on this one. Well, there you have it. That is the 1990 Whirlpool washing machine 2.0. So, with that, I hope you enjoyed the video. And there will definitely be more videos on this machine to come in the future. So stay tuned for that. Take care, and have a great day.